Good evening and welcome to the Blueprint exclusive by Madhavdas Gopal Krishnan. Viewers, it's a massive story that we're going to be bringing to you today. In fact, it's a massive development in relation to the sensational killing of Baba Siddique. And in fact, what we're going to bring to you, viewers, is details of what really has transpired. In fact, information that was available in the public domain as far as the location of these killers and, of course, where they actually were. So viewers, it was a chilling plot that's right out of a movie. One of Mumbai's most influential and high-profile politicians shot dead in a crowded area. Three shooters who carefully executed a plot had several weeks before the assassination. Who orchestrated it all? Where was the plot hatched? Is the Lawrence Bishnoi link now confirmed? We're going to be bringing you these exclusive details of how the plan was allegedly hatched and how these cold-blooded killers had blended into society, living under a mask of normalcy. Before we do that, here's a sensational piece of evidence that the police have recovered. Very close to the crime spot, the police have recovered a bag belonging to one of the shooters. The cops got to know about the bag after being informed about it during the interrogation. Shooters have claimed that they threw the bag while fleeing from there, but it had a gun that the shooters were to use in the killing.
Exclusive, the Times Network will be tracing out the pathway wherein not only the incident happened, but where the accused were able to run. This is the exact pathway that the accused, three accused were on the run. As you can see, this is a very widened road, and the accused were able to run through it, were able to pass through it, which means that they had full-fledged planning, and around 3 weapons as of now has been seized. The first day, both accused were apprehended from this area. That is almost around 200 meters as of now that we have covered. 2 guns were seized on the first day, that is on the Saturday evening, of which one gun was used, one pistol was used to fire upon Baba Siddique, which resulted into his death. And now we are moving at a very important place which finds significance after the custody that was granted to Mumbai Police Crime Branch team and the interrogation that was done by Crime Branch team with the 2 accused that were arrested. And this is the very exact spot where the third pistol that was captured by or recovered by Mumbai Crime Branch team on Tuesday morning. So that is nearly around after 3 days that the bag was lying here. The black bag of which the exclusive picture has been accessed by Times Now. So upon investigation, the 2 accused mentions that how their bag was left or thrown away by one of the accused. So which means it was a very deep and well planned action which was taken by these 3 individuals who were involved into it. And now what is even more significant is that the third accused is on the run. To everybody's surprise, the bag was laying here since Saturday night. It was a loaded gun, which we are learning through our crime branch officials that the gun was loaded. It had certain documents. Now what kind of document is what the crime branch officials are still into interrogating.
Sources have revealed the intent behind this murder was to create terror within the film industry and give a message to D Company. Accused have planned it meticulously, with a recce being conducted 5 times in 28 days. Suspects had mapped the area and even tracked police movement in this place. They had also sourced the weapons from Punjab and had been living in Kurla for the past several weeks as well. The main handlers were the Lonkar brothers and Zishan Akhtar. Shubham Lonkar and Praveen Lonkar supplied arms for the Bishnoi gang. They coordinated logistics and financing. Zishan Akhtar conducted recce of the location and coordinated with the gunmen and arranged hideouts for the shooters. They've then recruited Gurmail, Shiv Kumar and Dharmraj. Now let's take you to the hidden dens. We're first going to take you to where Shubham Lonkar was staying. While an assassination was being hatched, the neighbors saw Shubham as just another shopkeeper in a milk parlor. Remember, the police say that Shubham Lonkar is absconding.
5-6 जण बसलेली असायची. की जे आता फोटो चालू आहेत ना कंटिन्यू, हीच पोर असायची सगळी.
अच्छा.
तो शुभम इथेच राहायचा. पण शुभमचा गायब होता ना खूप दिवसापासून.
नाही
शुभम इथेच होता. प्रवीणही राहत होता आणि शुभमही राहत होता.
दुकान सांभाळायचं ना
दोघे. कधी शेवटचा इथे दिसला होता?
अरे आता नवरात्र मी त्याकडून उपत चालू होते.
मी काय सांगतो ना, परवाचे चिप्स मी शेवटचे त्याच्याकडेच घेतले.
उपत चालू होते ना मला, तेव्हा मी त्याकडून घेऊन गेलो.
शुभम कधी दिसला तुम्हाला लास्ट?
शुभम दसऱ्याला मी त्याकडून बहीण आहे, बहीण पाच नाही त्याकडून माझ्याकडे सुट्टी नव्हते, त्याला नंतर देतो म्हणला. चालू नंतर
शुभम येत जात राहायचा की नेहमी राहायचा?
कंटिन्यू असायचं.
कंटिन्यू असायचं.
सकाळची दुकान दुधाची लाईन आहेत त्यांची.
दुधाची लाईन आहे.
सकाळी 6 वाजता दूध टाकायचे.
6ला दुकान उघडायचं ना. रोज सकाळी 6ला दुकान उघडायचं. माझी पोरगी त्याकडे 7:30-8ला खाली यायची घ्यायला. दूध काय बापने सांगितलं दूध घेऊन पोरगी द्यायची.
असं दुकान बंद राहिलंय त्यांचं?
कधी
आत्ताच पहिल्यांदा असं बंद आहे.
मागे एकदा मी आत्ता येईल.
जेलच्या टायमिंग.
जेलच्या टायमाला एकदा ना आत्ता.
तिकडे कोर्टात जायला लागायचं ना मला. हाल केला जायचा.
Remember that one individual, Harish, had rented the accommodation and Gurmail and Shiv Kumar was staying with him. So there's no paper trail as well with their names on it.
मग तुम्ही तिघांना दिली होती बरोबर?
हे नव्हते. तो दुसरा जो हरीश म्हणून कोण होता, त्याच्याकडे कोण मुलं कामाला होती वगैरे आपल्याला काही कारण त्याच्याकडे ते सारखे मुलं चेंज व्हायचे ना. भंगारचं गाव गोळा करणं, काही जायचं गावाला, काही आपल्याला माहिती पण
कोणत्या ठेवतो त्याची ते बघतो. आपलं डी हरीशी होता.
हरीश होता.
त्याच्यात एक शिव म्हणून आहे. शिव तो इथेच राहत होता ना.
तो कधीतरी यायचा. तिथं मुक्कामी नव्हता. तरी यायचा 1-2-4 दिवस थांबायचा, जायचा.
अच्छा. ह्यांचा कोणतरी मित्र वगैरे
मित्र असेल किंवा त्याचं काही रिलेटिव्ह असेल. हरीशच माझं हे होतं ना. बाकीचं आता त्याच्याकडे त्याच्या गावाने येणारी लोक.
तुम्ही रेंट अग्रीमेंट केलं नाही त्यांची?
आता रेंट अग्रीमेंट नव्हतं. थोड्या दिवसासाठीच पाहिजे होतं त्यांना. तो काय म्हटला, पावसाळ्यात माझ्याकडे जायची सोय नाही. पहिले ते तिकडे राहिलं होतं. ते सगळं उडवलं कॉर्पोरेशन. त्याच्यामुळे मग ते म्हणले की आम्हाला थोडे दिवस द्या काका म्हणून. मग तसं आपण त्यांना
कधीपासून दिलं इथं?
5-6 महिने झाले असते. पावसाळ्याच्या अगोदर गेला तो 1-1.5 महिन्यापूर्वी. त्याच्यावर लखनौच्या तिथे कुठेतरी ऍक्सिडेंट झाला. त्याच्या पाय कानावर आलं. असं आम्हाला कळालं. काय मी फोन केला तर त्याचा फोन बंद होता.
Let's take this across to our reporter Srushti, who actually got us that candid cam conversation. Arunil also joining us on the show. Srushti, it's very significant because thus far the police has been maintaining that the Lonkar brothers, at least one of them, has been absconding for the past 3 to 5 months. But that's not the case. He was very much there even during Navratra, present at that particular location which you visited in Pune.
Well, of course, Shubham Lonkar, who has posted on social media and taken the responsibility of the entire murder of Baba Siddique, he was very much present at that particular dairy shop wherein his brother was also working, Praveen Lonkar. Praveen Lonkar is arrested by the police and the investigation is going on. But Shubham Lonkar was very much present during Navratra is what we are coming to know. Right now, where I'm present is at the particular location where Shiv Kumar, Harish, as well as the other person, Dharmaraj, was staying. And at this particular place, all three were staying and the entire conspiracy was hatched here is what we can understand. You can see in the visuals, this particular place is not a normal place. It is inside a particular place which is on a plateau kind of area, and there are 10 rooms which are made over here, and the last room at this particular place is where Harish, Shiv Kumar as well as Dharmaraj was staying. And importantly, today Harish was also arrested in this entire matter, and when we spoke to the people related to it, we got to know that the Harish was the person who has brought in all these people over here. He was the person who was dealing with the rent and accommodation. He was also dealing with the facilities or whatever is needed to plan this entire conspiracy. So very significant that Harish is also now arrested. Shiv Kumar as well as Dharmaraj was staying over here.
All right. Thanks so much for that quick update there, Srushti. And of course, thank you for bringing us that ground report as well. But Arunil, there are some serious questions. You know, in terms of sending a message to D companies, what sources are trying to indicate to us. What's also quite surprising is that, 3 days later, now the police has found a bag with a weapon inside it. And, given the fact that it's just a few hundred meters away from the location where the shooting happened, this is bound to raise some serious questions as to what exactly was going on in terms of securing the location of the crime scene, and even, nearby the crime scene, why was there no proper searches conducted?
Well, Madhav, startlingly, this is a curious case of that mysterious black bag found around 50 meters from the shootout spot. Now, that is a completely guarded area. There are cops present over there. Despite that, 3 days have passed since a horrific shootout has taken place in the heart of Mumbai. There are fears that the underworld may be bringing its neck back in the city of Mumbai. The Bishnoi gang may be wanting to spread their tentacles in the city of Mumbai. And this is a bag with a loaded gun in it. The shooters basically had thrown it over there. Unfortunately, the Mumbai police was not able to find it. This basically raises a serious question on the way the Mumbai police basically is acting over here. One more important point that needs to be added, Madhav, is that till now, Times Now is the only channel to reach the hideout place where the entire conspiracy to unfortunately kill Baba Siddique was hatched. This is the Pune hideout place wherein the Lonkars basically stayed. The Shubham Lonkar has taken responsibility for this attack. He said that he belongs to the Bishnoi gang. His brother has been arrested, and the two accused who are in the custody of Mumbai police, the two shooters, Dharmaraj and Gurnel, they basically were also staying in Pune. This
absolutely, and in fact, it's a very, very important update in terms of the ground report that Srushti has done as well. Thanks so much, Arunil, as well as Srushti, for bringing us all those updates. Let's now quickly open this up and take it across to our guests. With us is Shaina NC, BJP spokesperson. BD Singh is Shiv Sena national spokesperson. Also joining us is Dr. Vikram Singh, former DGP of UP. Chandrasekhar Jha is spokesperson of the Shiv Sena UBT. And we have advocate Kapil Madan, political analyst, also joining us on the show. Let me start with you first. Dr. Vikram Singh, how usual or common is it for, a crime scene where such a sensational murder has happened, perhaps the biggest such sensational murder that we've seen in Mumbai since the late 90s, and despite that, just a few hundred meters away from that particular spot, a bag is found with a weapon in it. Now, this is going to raise some very, very serious and obvious questions about the kind of investigation that is happening.
Madhavji and esteemed panelists, good evening. Well, you really have to try very hard to bungle up things like that. A sensational murder like this, and you're not able to trace and recover the bag which somebody else recovered much, much later. I had expected a lot from the police sanitizing the scene of crime, searching it threadbare by a thin comb, and then recovering everything that is suspicious. The bag with a weapon in the close proximity of the scene of crime, well, I would expected that the Bombay police would have recovered this much, much earlier, because they would have been able to piece various pieces of the jigsaw puzzle, connected the weapons there being outsourced from Punjab, and the source would have been covered up by now. But the fact of the matter is that this was a bungle up and a mess up that was best avoided. Now, what they have to do is do a bit of reverse engineering. Again, go and see the pedigree of these weapons, whether they match up, the serial numbers match up, whether the weapon was used or not used, because even if it is not used to assassinate Baba Siddique, it may have been used for target firing or something that to just warming up themselves. That, of course, would have been a good indicator to the mindset of the assassins. The fact of the matter is that I would have been very happy if this investigation would have been taken to a different level of professionalism. This was best avoided, Madhavji.
No, certainly, and that's the least that one expects, particularly when it comes to a high-profile case. Of course, justice should be there. There should be proper investigation in every case. That's what every citizen expects. But it's even more shocking when it happens in such cases. And let me bring in Shaina NC, spokesperson of BJP. Shaina NC, here you have Mr. Vikram Singh. Now, he's no leader of the opposition. He's somebody who has, in fact, been serving in the police at the highest levels. And even he is saying that this is an absolutely shocking case where a bag with a weapon being discovered just a few hundred meters away, 3 days after the incident taking place. This certainly does not speak very well of the police's investigation. Shaina NC.
So, Madhav, as I would want to compliment Times Now for their investigation on ground, we still haven't heard what the police's report or record is vis-a-vis the shooter's bag at the crime spot. So let's hold our horses. I don't think it's imperative to politicize this murder. Yes, it has been extremely shocking and has set tremors in not just the film industry, but a lot of people discussing why did this happen and what was the motive. I think the motive is very imperative in this particular case, as is the fear of law. Our Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister, who are the Home Minister, have already announced that 3 of the perpetrators have been booked and the police is doing its job. And effortlessly, I would want to say that the police has scored on multiple cases, whether it's the Badlapur, where the opposition again went hammer and tong saying about, whether it's been an encounter or fake encounter. My point being that the Mumbai police has solved many complicated cases and they have done their job. So let's not please demoralize them or try to suggest that, oh, what was the question vis-a-vis this bag? Because I'm sure this would come out in the public domain. Having said that, what is very, very worrying, and I just want to say as a Mumbaikar, is the fact that some of these perpetrators of crime were 19 and 21 years of age. I think that speaks a very, very big kind of a question on the mindset of youngsters who are willing to take to law and willing to take law into their hands.
Right.
So that fear of law is imperative, and we as a society in this particular case or others should be focusing on making sure that punishments are severest, so it is a deterrent in the days to come.
Right.
And
Let me
as
bring
far
in, let me
as
bring
this
in,
particular...
yeah, no, number of points you made. Please let me bring in the other panelists as well. Chandrasekhar Jha, your response to what's being stated here by Shaina NC, of course, important concern certainly that they are youngsters, but she's saying hold your horses, wait for the police to come up with their version as to what has really transpired in this case. How would you respond, sir?
What has basically transpired now, that the investigation of the police is completely way behind and it is not in accordance with the law. See, this weapon has been recovered within certain meters of the place of occurrence, and without taking any evidence or recordings of accused, they have found this weapon. So whether this weapon will come to use, because Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam says the weapon has to be recovered from the statements made by the accused, because one of the accused is now in police custody. And they have not done so. So eventually, if they try to match this weapon with the said occurrence of crime, they will not be able to do so because of lack of evidence. And if you see the kind of investigation being done in a high-profile case by the Mumbai police, in all the cases, the High Court has to intervene, including Badlapur. Then the police has done the investigation. They have apprehended the accused persons. So this kind of thing, and further, the question of law and order is also is an issue now, because such a high-profile person can be murdered in broad daylight. Then how can the commoners who are residing in Mumbai be feeling safe? So these kind of questions always come around, and now the elections have also been declared.
Right.
So this government has completely corrupt.
I'm going to request our panelists to stay on with us, Kapil Madan as well as BD Singh. We're going to come back to you on the other side, slipping into a very quick break, and we will be back with this discussion in just a few moments. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We're discussing the several revelations that have come out of Times Now's investigation as far as the Baba Siddique killing is concerned. Let's go across to BD Singh, Shiv Sena's national spokesperson. BD Singh जी, सवाल जो उठ रहे हैं सिर्फ ये बैग या वेपन का नहीं है, लेकिन कई सारे सवाल हैं। शुभम लोंकर को बुलाया गया था, पूछताछ हुई थी जब सलमान खान के घर के बाहर शूट आउट हुई थी कुछ महीने पहले। उसके बाद उसे छोड़ा जाता है और पुलिस ने ये भी कहा है कोर्ट में कि वो 2-3 महीने से फरार था, लेकिन टाइम्स नाउ ने पाया है कि नवरात्रों के दौरान वो पुणे में उसी लोकेशन पे था। तो कहीं ना कहीं रोल और सवाल उठ रहे हैं कि पुलिस इस पूरे मामले को लेकर या पहले भी सतर्क हो सकती थी और अब भी इस इन्वेस्टिगेशन को लेकर कई सवाल हैं। क्या कहेंगे आप मिस्टर बीडी सिंह?
देखिए, ये चिंता का विषय तो है ही कि जो ये दुखद घटना हुई जो है, लेकिन माननीय मुख्यमंत्री साहब ने इस पे बहुत क्विक एक्शन लिया। एक्शन लेने के बाद 2 एक्यूज भी अरेस्ट हुए हैं और अरेस्ट होने के बाद उनको कोर्ट में हाजिर भी किया गया है। और अभी मुख्यमंत्री साहब का बयान भी था कि जो है इनको फास्ट ट्रैक पे चलाया जाए और फांसी की उन्होंने फांसी के लिए सिफारिश किया है। अभी ये जो मैटर है ये 31 अक्टूबर तक कोर्ट में है। इसके बारे में मैटर कोर्ट में पेंडिंग है, इसलिए इसके बारे में ज्यादा बोलना उचित नहीं है।
नहीं सर, सवाल कोर्ट का नहीं है, सवाल इन्वेस्टिगेशन का है. But let me bring in advocate Kapil Madan. Kapil Madan, how do you respond to what's being stated by Mr. B.D. Singh? He's saying it's not appropriate to comment about a matter that's sub judice.
No, Madhav, let me begin by saying I heard, Shaina Ji of, when she made a comment and she tried to obliterate the, apparent prima facie negligence of the police authority, wherein she says the police is acting in a swift manner. Let me give you a very quick example. Once you arrest an individual, the first thing that you try to do is you try to establish the connection that that particular person was in touch of who was the person who was giving instructions. Second, how and in what manner this offense was committed, and the first point in that direction is recovery of the weapon. I am quite surprised when you have failed to discover that the weapon that was used in the commission of the offense was found near the site where the offense took place. I think the custodial investigation done so far was ineffective. And also the fact when, we heard Vikramji when he was making his opening remarks, and he said that once you do an investigation, you sensitize the entire area and you do a threadbare examination of the site scene.
Right.
So on both these occasions, it appears that the police has acted in a very lackadaisical manner. And
well, there are serious questions indeed, whether it was the weapon with which the offense was committed or whether it was a weapon that was in their possession is not yet clear at the moment. Nevertheless, it's a very, very serious revelation that has come out of Mumbai, and certainly, of course, some very serious questions as to the handling of this very, very high-profile case. Shaina NC, B.D. Singh, Dr. Vikram Singh, Chandrasekhar Jha, as well as Advocate Kapil Madan, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us this evening.